Check, check. Okay, we do got audio. Alright. I think it's live. It's like 2:47 a.m. Let's see. No one's in here. I'll pull up the chat stream on YouTube, just in case it doesn't work in my software. Yeah, so it's been a minute since I've done anything. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've done an upload, and that's, you know, I've been doing this thing for a minute, putting an upload up once a week for the majority of like 5 years. And then I've missed like a month here or there, a few weeks. I never usually go more than like a month without uploading. And that's how it's been for like the last 5 years. But so it's been a journey. I know I'm just talking to myself at this point, but yeah, I've been trying to figure out some things. So it's fine to talk to yourself when you're trying to figure out some things. And yeah, I kind of want to do something different. I mean, I just kind of want to do something that's true to me. And sometimes that's a little search. Sometimes you gotta figure that out, and like experiment with stuff. So as the title says, I'm done. I decided this like a few weeks ago, I think, maybe last month, that I'm done trying to sound design, because I really just want to make music. I want to start writing music, and that's part of the reason why I haven't like tried to jump on here in the last 2 weeks and do a stream, because I want to refocus what I'm doing, and it's something I've been talking about for a long time. So I've been kind of just keeping the camera off, and when I get a moment, I sit down and I start writing some lyrics. I think that's always been the goal, to express myself through like poetry. And I also make beats, so it's secondary, but that's what I came in here doing, is like doing tutorials, beat making stuff. But I want to do the whole process, and I want to release music, and I gotta stop procrastinating on that. And I haven't pulled the chat window up yet, so I know there's at least one of you in here. What's up, Wiggs? So the chat is working. Unmute that. Okay. Yeah, I just pulled it up on YouTube. And yeah, I'm just here to chat a little bit, make a beat. I have no sounds ready. I'm gonna start from scratch. I probably won't finish anything like usual. But I want to stay kind of on the subject about quitting sound design. And it's not like I've really been going hard like with the sound designing, but you know, I created a Patreon, I don't know, probably a year or two ago, and that's something that I have to offer as a way for people to support the channel. And then in exchange, they've gotten samples, like drum kits and like key groups and loops and that kind of thing. That's what I was doing for a while, and I got to a point where it just really I wasn't finding any joy out of doing it. So, and it was just kind of the last thought for me. Like, okay, I'm gonna, it's the 11th of the month when I usually upload. I'm gonna hurry up and come up with some drums, layer some drum sounds, come up with a loop quickly and a key group, whatever. So I felt like I was just slapping that together. Some of it was cool. I like layering drums and stuff. But as far as me coming up with loops just to kind of give out, I don't think I create enough for that to be something that I do, and I don't want it to be. So like, you know, it's just about like figuring out what it is I want to do, and like just trying to express that to y'all. Like, if there's an area, and this is just for me, like I think I'm good at focusing on one thing, and I think I'm best it's probably best for me to focus on that one thing that I actually feel is the strength, and rather than on other stuff, and just trusting that, you know. PPB, what's up? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so yeah, I was just trying to multitask here, get everything on the back end right. I didn't even put a thumbnail up. I don't think I even will. I kind of want to move away. I still like, I'll have these inclinations to make tutorials and stuff when it's like something that interests me. Like, been working with the SP44, and you know, like I did a couple videos and stuff. The last video I did was like making a template for that, like that kind of stuff I like to do. So maybe I'll do it every once in a while, but I want to focus on, I'm going to say I am focusing on, I was going to come in here and be like, I'm trying to, but you know, I consume content as well as put content up on YouTube. I need to plug my charger in before this drains things a lot. I use mobile devices, right? So let me do this. Hopefully this doesn't just mess everything up. Okay, it's charging. So yeah, I consume some content. I was trying to consume some stuff that might be beneficial to me, like figuring out how to make creativity and the stuff that I do and turn it into a business. So I follow some business channels. I couldn't name them right off the top, but maybe I'll get back to that. But I was watching a video. It was this channel, and they were reacting like Kanye. And you know, Kanye does this thing where he's really careful with certain words that he uses, just because of the connotation and just the reality that that can create. And I've like come to really start to believe in that, like the power of words and stuff. So one of the things that he was saying was not Kanye, but he was responding to what Kanye was saying, and he said one of the most bullshit words is the word try, because when you say try, it's like even your whole body knows that you're bullshitting. You don't believe yourself when you say try. So say I'm doing this, and yeah, that's just going to be, either way, it's going to be powerful. But when you say those words that are kind of like, kind of flip-floppy, well, that's going to be your reality. So just being a little more confident about it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not trying. I'm not going to say I'm trying. This is what I'm doing. So I'm kind of like, I'll probably be hanging back just a little bit. So when I do have the time to create, I'm actually taking the time to like come up with some lyrics, because that's just what I feel most expressive on, you know. So let's get into, yeah, I know I'm just talking, and let's get into making music as well. So I want to bring that all back around. So before I decided that I'm going to stop sound designing, I actually completed a collection of sounds that I somewhat sound designed. So I'm not like the sound designer where I'm, you know, taking synthesizers and creating all these original patches. Like, I'm not even in the sense. I love organic, natural, acoustic type of sounds. So I took some of these sounds that I have in, you know, different keyboards and synth, and layered them and processed them, you know, through the SP44 and the MPC, and just use the tools that I had to come up with some sounds with some kind of flavor that I like. So I think what I want to try to do is when I do come up on these streams, that I'm using these sounds, because this is a pack of sounds, a collection of sounds that I had the intent of turning into an expansion and eventually selling. But there is another element to that that I want to do to make it kind of special, and that's create some music with it to go along with it. So before I release this collection of sounds or expansion, we'll see if I get to the point of creating an expansion, you know, with all the artwork and like the previews and all that. I want to create some sort of collection of music, songs with lyrics, all that. And I have a concept for this, which I won't get into. I don't think that's really that important at this time for y'all to hear about. But so yeah, I want to at least, like, when I do come on these streams, I'm using these sounds, and I'm at least trying to make some beats, and not all these beats are going to make it into this let's call it an EP. I don't know how many tracks it's going to be, maybe between 4 and 6, I don't know. But I think I'll just get on and try to use these sounds and come up with some beats that are possibly going to be like the bedrock for some actual songs with lyrics. So what's good with y'all? What's been on your minds? What are you guys making? And let's just chat, man. This ain't all about me. I like to conversate. So Wiggs, you at work right now? What part of the world you at, Wiggs? I can't remember. It's kind of been a minute, and I don't know if I've ever asked you that. What part of the world you at? Yeah, I got off at work about 1:30 a.m. California, West Coast time. I'm in custodial work. What about you? Yeah, it's good. Filed as XPM76. What's up? So I'm gonna start by making a kit here. Are my levels good over there? That's kind of interesting. I like that snare too. I kind of want to put this one here though. Oh man. Okay. We got some snares. Let's see, we got our kicks. What's custodial work? Janitorial. Cleaning. I work at a college at like a recreation center, like at a gym. It's pretty much a gym. This is pretty cool. Like I'm the lead custodian for like a night crew, and I oversee college students that work there. So it's kind of like a college student association where they provide jobs for students that are going to school. So, you know, it kind of makes it easier, helps them out that there's jobs available. So it's cool talking to them. I always, whenever there's there's new students always coming through there, and I always like to ask them what they're going to school for. Let's get some hi-hats. Is my signal quiet? I mean, it looks pretty hot, but that's cool. Filed. What are you talking about? You're blindly chopping samples on it, like intentionally, or are you blind? interesting sound. Hey, tell me, is this, it's not, I'm not like clipping, am I? Am I distorted? Because I want to turn it up here, and I'm turning it up slightly. Yeah, you gotta count your blessings, thank God. Finding random samples, okay. Where you randomly finding samples at? Like on vinyl or YouTube? What was I gonna do? Sample. I'm gonna normalize my samples. That doesn't do nothing. I'm gonna go in a program. I'm gonna effects and kind of throw the soft clipper up. I thought I just turned the metronome on. I guess I'll turn it off. PPB, I think my drums are getting better lately, but watching you do this made me rethink. What? Rethink your career. What about your drums, bro? Are you sampling your own drums? Where you, like, this is part of the reason why I said I'm like done sound designing, because like I can go around and find all these kits. Like I've purchased some, I've downloaded kits for free, and I feel like there's so many good sounds already out there. So unless you're talking about sound designing your own drums, like yeah, you can find a lot of good stuff out there to make your beats sound better. So like I think number one, developing an ear for things, so critically listening to stuff, I guess, or just taking your time on actually starting with some good samples. Like sample selection is very important, and if you can select the right drums, and not everyone starts with drums, but just the right drums, the right combination of drums, maybe like pitching them. That's something I do a lot too, is like I won't just load the drums as is, like I'll pitch them. I'll do that. I'll spend a little time putting the kit together, and just the right sounds together can really, I think, inspire the next part of your song, like whatever it is, like some chords or sample. But what are you doing to improve your drums? Like maybe critically think about it, or whatever it is you're doing to improve yourself as a producer. Like maybe consciously do that. Like, what are you doing? Can you name what are some of the things that you're doing? Are you like listening to certain tracks, songs that you really think sound dope, and like trying to pick them apart and figure out what they're doing? Are you like researching what that producer maybe does? Okay, exactly. Using stuff from Cook and Soul, Marlowe, and Beat Butcher. Okay. I was talking about patterns and drum what do you mean by drum sample association? What does that mean? But patterns, yeah. I think for me, like one thing that stepped it up is do you ever do any like finger drumming? I feel like that in itself, for me, like I turn quantize off pretty much. I think it's just more interesting to play everything at once. So that definitely comes with practice, like getting your timing down. I'm still at the point where I think I'm barely being able to, like, you know, start my sequence and record and play a loop to the metronome and have it like loop nicely. So that's what I prefer to do, and then I can like copy out each section if I want to put it on individual tracks. So that's a lot more fun to me than just like maybe programming just the kick. And I think that learning the finger drum and doing it all at once, you start to feel it more and come up with patterns that you wouldn't necessarily come up with if you were just doing it one sound at a time, at least from my experience. I stopped laying down my drums directly. So you used to do it the way that I'm expressing, like everything at once? Okay, drum sample association. So like what I was saying, it's sample selection. Start with your hats, then kick and snare. Okay. Yeah, maybe just experiment, like you said, like you're trying different methods and different processes of like what you start with. You know, maybe start with the sample. Maybe that's one thing. Do you start with drums solely usually to begin with? Because I also find that I think I've worked this way where I'll come up with some drums, and then if I'm using a sample, I'll lay a sample down. Or if I'm, you know, doing something original, I'll try to lay some chords down. But then after I got the chords and stuff, I might erase those drums and make some drums that actually fit better with the chords, right? Or, you know, like if you do start with the sample, maybe you can make the drums kind of like flow with the sample better. So yeah, maybe just experimenting with different processes and steps on like where you begin. And so yeah, 80% start with the drums unless the sample is so good I have to loop from the get-go. Me, when I sample, I usually just loop. Like I think for the most part, like I never really chop too much. And I always like keep it really simple. Like if I find something like a old 2-bar loop, I'll probably just loop that and then add stuff over it. Like play things with the keys over it. Alright, let me try to lay something down. Let me do that again. Make it 2 bars and see how it loops. It's okay. What do y'all think? It feels a little stiff to me. Oh, it sounds kind of weird. I'll keep it for now. Turn this metronome off. Now I'm gonna get in. Just see, I won't worry about separating my tracks. I'm usually kind of like OCD where I want all my drums on different tracks. But yeah, I'm gonna do some chords or something. I'm gonna go into the sounds that I was talking about. So I got a collection of sounds that are in like, I have all the raw sounds, so it's the early stages of an expansion pack possibly. Maybe I'll be lazy and not even making an expansion. I really just want to make the music. So let's see if I can come up with something today, or maybe it'll just be whackness. It doesn't matter, you gotta try. Come on. You have to try no matter what. I think I'm gonna go grab myself a little something more to drink. Oh, I have this drink right here. Some Coke. hell. It's really early in the morning. Oh yeah, I was gonna turn monetization on my stream. Might as well, right? Doesn't hurt anybody. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Diego, what's good? Jersey Boy excuse me. Jersey Boy Beats, what's good? Let's see what y'all saying. I missed some of the stuff you said, Jersey Boy, I think. Sometimes I flip-flop. Me being a keyboardist, I may come up with a melody and sample what I played and add my drums. Okay, that's cool. Shoot. My phone's already down to 60% on that. Anyways, I'm gonna try to keep it under an hour, so I'm not up in here until like 5 a.m. Then Jersey Boy Beat says, then some days I'll have a beat in mind and let the beat lead me to an idea for a melody. Oh, okay. Diego, just chilling. That's what's up. Okay, so let me go grab something real quick. Let's let the drums play. If you guys have any ideas on what kind of sound I should put on here, I mean, it's just drums. Go ahead and shout it out in the chat stream while I'm going to get my drink, and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna load up this piano. Let's see, this one. Okay. I think the next thing I'm gonna invest in is like this cup holder. Y'all ever seen like those microphone stand cup holders? I think I'm gonna get one of those so I can get these drinks off the desk. Cause every time I put a drink on the desk, that's just a risk, right? I never start with a bass, Jersey Boy Beats. Like you said you're a keyboardist. I'm thinking that maybe you have some more, you know, like theory and understanding concepts where you can do that. But for me, I wouldn't even know how to start with a bass unless like, cause you know, I can't do like the scale and then add chords. I'm like, I have to add chords and then do a scale. That's just me. So, but I'll put a bass in here. How long you been playing keys, Jersey Boy? I feel embarrassed here. I'm probably just gonna pull a pad before him. That's why I don't sound foolish. Eric Sermon. Okay. It's not someone I've listened to in a while. Sometimes when I'm trying to get a bass pattern for a beat, I find a cool pattern that doesn't fit, but I like it, so I start a new sequence just for it. I'm not sure I follow that. A bass pattern for a beat. progressions in here. Major. Slow this other piano up. Y'all use Preamp? If you do, where you getting your progressions from? Because like it's limited what you get in here. Stock. Had lessons at 7, now I'm 52. Too long. Too long. He's a pro right now. That's what's up. They try to give me lessons. I wanted to. I just didn't have the attention for it. And I recall exactly what my teacher said to me, because I was just like, are you just trying to do all this? And he was like, I know you're trying to play Mozart, but you first got to learn Mary Had a Little Lamb. And that was it. And that was the last memory I had of taking piano lessons. It was over. I tried to play the guitar when I was like 12 years old. My mom had bought me electric guitar, but all I did was I just didn't have the attention for it. Maybe I had ADD, I don't know. So, you know, I never really truly found my instrument until I found a sampler, till I started making beats, you know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the MPC is the instrument for those with undiagnosed ADD. We're all just undiagnosed ADD. Feel like that. 8-bit hustle was good. On the grid, and then I'm gonna mess it up and go over to the humanize. Y'all use humanize at all? Whenever I do chords and pad perform, I always humanize it a little bit and just notch these down a couple. Humanize the note length, humanize velocity. It's hit or miss though. I didn't even hit it. Let's go. Apply and do it. Let's see what it looks like. Me a link, Jersey boy. Yeah, I've seen Musician Paradise. I did have some of his for a minute before when I had it, like the MPC ONE. So I should check him out again. And then I know MKII is. I think he's linked up with him as well, right? Jizzle. See what I want to add. Guess I'll load up that bass. Load this one up. these chords are real quick. So it's sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7. So it's just 3 chords: S sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, C sharp minor, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Something else. Some brass. There's a little bit of brass up. There's my baby. Love my babies. What's this program MKII was speaking on? What is that? 8-bit? I say, what is that? This program. Was this recently? The MPC family is so vast. There's so much out there. Let's see what else. Let's play with some of these sounds. Risk One was good. Appreciate it. Fire emoji. Oh, Ripcord. Yeah, see, I downloaded Ripcord, and I also downloaded Reaper and some other stuff. I've been looking for like free programs all over. I downloaded Ripcord, but it was empty, so I think I gotta like look into that a little bit more because I don't understand that. Do you have, once you download Ripcord, does it even have like preset chords in there, or do you gotta download presets and then like put them in there? Oh, okay, so they're using that to import progressions to MPC. Okay. Oh, I appreciate that, Jersey Boy Beats. Yeah, I think my ear has always been a step ahead of my ability. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I'll try to get my voice to fit with the beat, but I don't have command of my voice, but I really would like to be able to, but that's not something. See, that's why I just want to be able to, I want to, and I know I'm kind of backtracking what I was saying. I'm not like speaking with confidence, but it is a desire of mine to have like more control of my voice, because I know that at times I can kind of harmonize, but I don't have control to kind of shape my voice and like lead it in a way. But I want my voice to be an instrument on my beats, so I can write some songs and have that, you know, element of melody and stuff, harmony. I can rap, all right, but you know, that part of my voice is not strong. But yeah, let me see. See, I don't want to add too much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load up an instrument here that I can play melodically. I'm gonna try to like also use my voice in harmony with that as I'm playing, if I can. I don't have too many lead instruments. I guess I'll load this one up. I need to save that, like save that into the program. So you know, I got this flute program right here, and I had the pitch bend up to 24, which did not sound good. Lower it down to 6, and I don't know what would be, I don't know what the way like to say that, like the way a flute would be. Like if you could you like actually bend a note on a flute? I imagine you can, right? I don't know. But this sounds most natural to me, just with this. So I got that pitch bend set to 6, whatever that means.
As long as shackled bodies change, inside his body be the boundaries, keep the soul from elevating. From this root up to this crown, I got a whole imagination, can't you see? So sick of this world, nation, can't you see? It's kinda sad, but we'll be down as long as shackled bodies change, inside his body be the boundary, keep the soul from elevating. From the root up to the ground, I got a whole imagination, can't you see? So picture this, a world free of fake and make it be, because your thoughts are vibration, every word is real. It's like a seed that you planted, that you feed. Imagine if you chanted about peace, then maybe peace would be a tree that grew and no took.
You can take like the same lyrics that you have from and like put it on like different beats. See if we can think of another one.
Truth of the root, it's all the same. This life you live, the land you love, just different terrain. The flag you rep, the color you are, don't love it in vain. We're all just people under the stars, it's one of the same. The body is flesh, a temple of blood. The body is flesh, a temple of blood and bone. The zeal of the peace and harmony, earth's my home. And everyone in it's divided apart. Imagine the lines drawn on a map, containing my heart like ventricles pumping. Energy gas, blood, sweat, and tears from everyone here. So don't you?
I'm kind of stumbling, but I got these verses memorized.
Talking about these devils. Now I'm talking to these devils on that level. Talking to these devils on that level.
Better just come up with something else. So see if I can think of one of the. I wrote down some titles of some songs. See if I can think of one that I ain't written anything about that might fit the tone of this.
Oh yeah, shit. I was driving down the street with my sweet, picking everyone up, filling seats up, and then I was pulled up. I'll say, I was driving down the street with my sweet, picking everybody up, and the friends in the seats filled up. Everybody, it's a party in the car. Then I got pulled over, feeling like a star, no more. Yeah, gotta change up what you just. See, I mumble till I stumble across the words. What you talk about? I heard it, just mumble. I'm driving down the street with my seat down. Driving down the street with my seat pulling over. Fill the seats up. Cops pull me over and yeah. Got me a DUI. With my sweet pulling over, picking friends up, filling up the seats. then Ali Star, what's up, man? Yeah, I know it is late. Shit, I gotta go to bed. It sucks, man. Like, you can catch a vibe and then it's like, hey, time to stop. Yeah, I'm driving down the street with my seat, pulling over, pick up friends up, fill the seats. No one's got ends, what? On repeat, see the same shit. Every day, every week, I've been drinking since the morning. I've been chilling, I've been fucked up all day at a party. Then I get in the car, turn the key and ignition, ready to drive. See, I know and I'm wishing I'm just chill, fuck, motherfucker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that's nice, bro. Thank you. That's dope. I seen that. I don't know if I commented on, but I think I seen you were doing those. Oh yeah. Oh, you got them printed. Are you gonna print this one out and put it in your studio too? That is fire though. Hey, I appreciate it, Ali Star. That's really cool. I mean, I'm honored. You know, you put all those. You did one for me. You got all them greats. That's the one I seen. I seen you post about the J Dilla one. That was cool. I want to see some videos in that new studio, them new desks and all that. That's looking dope, dude. And you know, that's crazy because Ali Star, because you already had like a super fire like space, and I think you remember I was telling you that from like since you started coming in the streams, and I seen your space, and then now I see you're making upgrades to the space. And it's looking really good, so I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm jealous. I mean, I would use that as an expression to be like, yo, you got a really dope space. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want a space like that. Not necessarily like that, but I want a space to myself. But that space looked great. So I mean, all the best to you and great times expressing yourself in there. That's gonna be amazing. So I hope to see some videos in there. 8-bit hustler, spitting fire. That's dope. You're gonna be putting some stuff out. I appreciate that. I appreciate those good words, man. I hope so. Been really depressed lately? Aw, man. Damn. Well, I don't want to address that like insincerely. That sucks, but it like I don't know. It's hard to have the right words, man. That's shitty that you're feeling that way. I want to say we all go through times like that. I don't know what you're going through, but I know that I have some days where I'm just like, you know, and just not motivated. I don't know that I have the right words for you right now, you know, but just keep going, you know.
you got something special. You gotta like pursue what you enjoy doing. I mean, I think we all here love creating. So if there's one thing that can combat that depression, which is, I mean, depression, what is it? It's like this stagnant thing where it's not productive, right? So I mean, if there's one thing you could do to counteract that, to fight that, is just to pursue creativity, you know. And I don't know, I think that's a big part of it for me when I have days like that, is that I don't know, I just feel this necessity to be creative on a level of just like always. Like I just want to be creative always. And it just not being there for me, like having to do the regular everyday things and, you know, just go to a job and all that. And I don't know, a lot of people understand this, but just that in general, whether they're creative people or not, for me, I feel like not being able to be creative on such a high level that I want, like I have a desire to be, like just like all day. I want to be creative all day. The amount of time that I have to be creative now, which is like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe even 30 seconds, like here and there, you know, between kids, and you know, that's what it is. Like, I'll get up, you know, you get up and you do the regular day stuff, like get up and make coffee, drink coffee, help the kids with what they need and all that, and just whatever it is. And like I start the coffee and I come over here, I try to turn the MPC on, pull up a project, sit down for a minute, but then it's like immediately like, so everyone's got their own little obstacles, whatever, but I don't know, like I want to be creative endlessly, you know, like without boundaries. And I think for me, it being just so limited is really puts me in a low place. For me, that's what it is. I think I understand that, because for me, my creativity is my purpose, and I feel like everybody needs to feel like they have some kind of purpose, some kind of hope. So the creativity brings a hope that there is a purpose, you know. So that's what it is for me. So I guess, you know, I don't have the right shit to say to you, but other than just what I feel for myself, and maybe it applies to you somehow, because we all are definitely creative people in here and have a desire and a necessity, I think, even to be creative. Let me stop trying to use this chat window in the app. See if I'll pull it up on YouTube. PBB, I appreciate the comment on the beat. Adrenaline Beast was good, man. Sorry I overlooked you a second ago. Just got on a rant. You got lots of space. You don't really appreciate it. If I could give you a few meters square, I'd get that shot for you, because you deserve it, man. I appreciate that. That's a nice sentiment, dude. Angel, what's up? Angel. Depression is pretty common with artists, especially, and probably because, I mean, it's interesting you say that, which is my take quickly off of what you're saying, is that because I feel like expression or creativity in general is kind of overlooked as something that's just kind of I think a luxury, and it's not really something that is a common thing, and it's I can't, you know, I always think of the words, but you know, only certain people get to do it, right? Because it's a business, and they're, you know, certain corporations and labels for the longest time have had the monopoly on that, and they get to choose who gets to, you know. So yeah, there's a certain stigma for the creative person, as if, you know, those people who want to be creative, who don't have it as a I think this is at least my perspective, that who don't do it as a profession, or just kind of playing around, and it's not really necessarily important, because, you know, creativity is sold, man. It's another thing that's sold, and exploited. So, but it's not. I don't think it's looked at as anything that's serious and as of value. But I think there's immense value beyond what we accept as a norm. I don't know. It is very valuable to me. It is it's the essence, I think, of what I am, to be able to be creative. I just want to be creative, like, all the time. And I don't know, man, we'll get there. It's just a matter of expression. We'll get there. Let's talk it out, right? Yeah. You're good, time always heals. Yeah. And music is therapy. Hey, Hustler, you've been there as well. Adrenaline, if you weren't able to do music, you'd lose it. I feel you. Music is the way. I love to make music. Music saved my life in more than ways than one. But when it flows, oh Lord. Creativity expands the mind. Seems a luxury, but it's the cream in life that rules it being so. We should all be creating and leaving behind legacies. But it's funny, you put the acronym or whatever, cream, for, cash rules everything around me, but that's kind of the problem, It's part of the problem. But I don't know, man. I think we need to, like, I hate to use certain words that have certain connotations, but I had an inclination to use the word emancipate ourselves, free ourselves from, like, the old world of what, the music industry is, and create a new movement where none of that shit matters, because we really do have these tools. And although we're still reliant, there's still these platforms, right? There's still these platforms that we can utilize, but we have access to these platforms. So it's like, it's not time to sleep on that, because none of us need anybody but ourselves, and internet connection, our MPCs, to be able to release music. And then it all comes down to how much hard work and how much we want to inform ourselves to be able to do that. Those are really the only limitations, and how much we're willing to inform, how much time we're willing to spend to inform ourselves. We are in the age of information, and we've been in it for a long time, but it's also the age of ignorance, because a lot of this stuff, because it can go either way, this technology can go either way, is whether it's used for good or bad. Information has always been that way, I think, since the beginning of time, since the garden of Eden. If you recognize that story, it's like God said, don't eat from that tree, right? This is a story. Whether you believe it to be a literal story or not, there's some truth in it. It's like, and they said the snake was like, oh, go ahead and eat from it so you'll know. This was the beginning of kind of technology, information, knowledge and stuff, and where we've led to where we are now. And there's an example of that in that story, where this technology, this information can be used for a good thing, or you can kind of squander it, like you can use it and you can just fumble. There's so many ways with this technology and the information that's available. It's crazy that you can just be distracted and just waste so much time, or just overlook so much, because it's like there's so much too, where it's maybe even like overwhelming, but yeah, we do have to start a revolution. How do we do it? I don't know. But the fact is, the tools are there, where it's just for me at this point, it's like the only thing that is limiting me is myself. It's definitely not the possibilities of the tools out there. It's me and myself. I have a DistroKid account. I have a YouTube channel. I have an Instagram. I have a TikTok. I have a Facebook. I have all these sources to connect myself to everyone just like you. All you people who I don't know in real life, right? To express something. We all have the ability. We all have the tools to have an audience And even more, it's more niche and more direct of like-minded people where it doesn't even matter. You don't have to have like all this, you know, you don't have to have this worldwide fame to be able to like support yourself and do something you love. And maybe I'm just regurgitating what I've heard people say, but it seems like a reality because you have proof of it. Like this just opens things up, like TV and the old, you know, networks where there's just these little, I don't have the right words, these little these few choices that you had. Like, you know, you'd watch TV, you didn't have online sources, you didn't have like the very niche targeted audiences. You just had TV and you had commercials that are targeting everybody. But now everything is niche, so it's like it's just more precise. So it doesn't really, you don't have to just like reach everybody in order to like reach somebody. So adrenaline. I tell my family all the time music is my therapy, but it's still hard to balance family time with music. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Especially when you're, I don't know if you feel like me, where you feel like like there needs to be no boundaries on it. You know what I mean? Like the closest thing I could feel like would be to that no boundaries would be at least to have the equivalent of my 9 to 5 job, which is really a night job, so it's not 9 to 5, it's more like 5 p.m. to like 2 a.m. But it would be that. So that's why, although I don't know a direct path, I'm ignorant in many ways to get there, I'm still relentlessly trying, or at least trying to keep up with, and the word trying is coming back up again. I'm keeping up with just doing in order to take the steps so that, you know, I can get there to the point where this becomes the 9 to 5, because like you said, it's difficult to balance because you have family, you have job, then you have music, which is your therapy, your outlet, your hobby. So, and that's how I feel. Like this is one thing I've told myself: once you have a family, adrenaline, I'm sure you're talking about maybe you have kids, wife. I feel like you only get one hobby, and you don't get much time for that. So there's so many. I mean, there's so many other things in life other than that. Like, if you want to stay healthy, and like one thing that was big for me before I was like, when I was single, was like I used to work out all the time. So that takes a blow because I feel like you only get one hobby now, and like music is that hobby that I'm trying to make a profession. So one day maybe this will be the profession. Working out like that, I always like doing that, would be the hobby, and then I still have my family time. Yeah, that's why it's difficult. That's why that's the aim, and that's like kind of a relentless thing. So, but you gotta just do. You know? You're not gonna just know what to do, but you just gotta start. Right? 4 a.m. Shit, 4 a.m. Hazy Vision, what's good? I seen you up there before, but I don't think I acknowledged you in there. Yeah, I don't eat from that tree that money grows on. The whole thing with monetizing it and trying to make a decent enough living without being taken advantage of is where most artists struggle, self included. The tools are all there for the taking. Yeah. I mean, I've always been a big dreamer, so I'm looking at the positive side. Like I always had this like wide-eyed view of myself. It was big dreamer view, and I just had this thought, like I always like, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna do something that's like influential or something, you know. I always had that view, but at the time I didn't have any scope of like I was gonna go do YouTube or anything. So I don't know what it was. I think it was just this model of what I seen, you know. And I always like rapping since I was probably, I don't know, maybe 17. So yeah, but I was naive and I didn't have any insight on what I should do or what I had to do. So I was just dreaming. But so yeah, now I think that's kind of transferred over to what is going on now. YouTube's been around for a while, and like now you have all these online tools. So I think I always got this big dreamer view. So I look at all these tools and I'm like, wow, So I mean, this is definitely possible. But it all comes down to how much you're willing to work. I think you still got to put in work. You just because you have a DistroKid and you have your music on all platforms, it doesn't mean it's gonna be heard. And you see that all the time. You see music that is you see whole albums and EPs that people put out, and they even look professional. They're put out there, they got artwork and stuff, and they only have a few views, because there's another element to that, right? There's a whole other element, and that's like marketing yourself. So that's figuring out what else it is that you have to offer. It's not, I think a lot of people come into this being, maybe thinking that, just having the music is enough, and if the music is great, people will hear it. But it just definitely isn't true. You can have great music and you can put it out there. You have the tools, you got DistroKid, they put it on every platform, but no one hears it, and that's the reality. So you have to have some kind of strategy, but everything is there. The information is there to help you figure it out, So I think my strategy thus far is, I think in the back of my mind, I always knew that I wanted to create music, and doing YouTube was a way to get in, to start maybe making some money, so I could, in my back of mind is like, maybe I could start making enough money where I don't have to work a job, where I can actually have the freedom to start writing music. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if I have the patience to pursue, like, turning YouTube into some sort of business on some other shit before I start writing music. So that was kind of the idea. But you have to have some kind of strategy to draw attention, to have something else to offer, some other kind of value to offer. I think, so I think that's probably the world today, is like, a lot of musicians are making livings as musicians in some way, in some form, without actually, being that old model where you had to be some kind of rock star, where people idolize you and put you on some kind of pedestal as if your shit doesn't stink, and but no one's perfect. So I think there's possibly other opportunities here, and we got to keep our eyes open for them. But it is difficult, because in this age of information, there's a lot of information. There's probably disinformation, and it's hard to sort through stuff. It's just, when there's a lot of it, where do you start? It can be overwhelming. Adrenaline question asking, this is a question for me: would you rather be an intellectual or a creative? Is that a question for me? For me, I'd rather be creative, but I don't know if it's an interesting question. I mean, for me, I think the underlying thing for me is like I want to create because I've never, for one, this is how I am. Like I've always been a quiet person of few words, a person who didn't have many friends growing up, didn't really have a childhood where I could say like I had a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of family. I don't know if that was a result of me not having a lot of friends, was a result of me not having a lot of family. My family was out in Costa Rica, and I lived out here. I had my brother, my mother. That was the extent of my family that I grew up with, where I'm at. And I've heard that just having like cousins, like my wife has extended a huge family compared to what I mean. Not even comparison, but she's I've heard that having those relationships early in life help you build social skills. And I don't know, I'm not gonna blame it on that, but I didn't have a family, and maybe just my nature. I was never a talkative person. I was always quiet. I don't know where I was getting at with this. So being creative, making music, writing raps has always been my outlet to express myself in a way that I never was able to, or didn't have the outlet, didn't have the person, or have the people to be able to express myself, or to figure out how to express myself. So I think in a way, music has been the saving grace. God is the saving grace, but if God is giving me something, gift is music. And no, I'm not trying to be an intellectual. I think I just since I spent a lot of time by myself, I was probably introverted, thinking a lot and trying to figure things out. But my main thing is I want to be creative and I want to inspire. That's the underlying thing, is to inspire people. Because for me, when I'm inspired, there ain't nothing like that, and it's kind of rare, So when I feel inspired, there's the thing about inspiration is there's hope, and when there's hope, that gets you through a lot of things. Depression, whatever it is, through loneliness, whatever it is, your struggle. Inspiration gets you through your struggle. Inspiration, there's hope in inspiration, and I think that's why that's so important to me. I want to inspire. I'm not creating music that's going to be club music or party music. That's not something that interests me, really. Maybe I can make something like that one day for fun. But my aim with music is literally to make something click in your head that inspires you, because inspiration brings hope. And I think that's something that I've needed always, especially, not especially, but everyone's situation is different. For me, I was always alone, and having something like music gave me hope that I had a purpose. Sometimes people find purpose. People are social, and they find purpose in their social circles or whatever. I don't know. I guess maybe that was my a way of filling that in, is that maybe I can connect with people by inspiring them through the things that I was introspecting and figuring out for myself. Yeah, I'm talking a lot. Work hard, dream hard, and have a manifesto. I have a manifesto printed out like a mono neon, and you read it every day and try to do it. Really? That's interesting. I'd like to hear more about that. Man, I'll spread thin like butter on a biscuit. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, that's what. See, I'm trying to like master something. They always say don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm kind of like feeling like I want to put all my eggs in one basket and just have faith in that. Like, why not? Do music for the love. Wait, let me see. Yeah, do music for the love. If you get paid, then that's a bonus. Yeah, but you can't. that's a passive statement you just made, Angel. It's like, just do music for the love. If someone happens to come around where you get the opportunity to get paid, take it. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe that's not what you're intending by your statement, but that's what I'm hearing. It's like, if someone gives you opportunity, but I think you need to be more intentional than that. Because if you're not, then you might end up in a bad situation. Because a lot of those situations we've heard about, and these are corporations that are putting you in these situations where those situations benefit them more than they benefit you, right? So it's like, and maybe there's a stigma to that. I mean that's just how it is. People hate on their jobs in general. So it's like, why wouldn't you apply that to like the music business and these corporations that create labels? But yeah, I mean, if you hear about them, like those 360 deals, whatever it is. So I don't know. That's what I'm hearing from what you're saying. Is like, just do music. If you're that great, you might get someone's attention. They might want to sign you. Then get paid. That's not necessarily what you want to do. You want to be informed. Especially if you're put in that situation where someone, maybe you do make music that's that great where you get people's attention, and then they put a contract in front of you. Don't you want to be informed? So I think maybe do some things with more intent, not just. But yeah, I'm not trying to put the intent on what you're saying. That's just my response to that. Never do music for the money as priority, because you will fail if it's something you're passionate. Why think that way? Oh yeah, I mean, you don't do it for the money, but this is something I always say when it comes down to it. I love doing music. I love being creative. If I can afford to be creative more of the time because I'm getting paid for it, then that's a win. It's not about the money, but it's about affording the time to be able to create. Now, if you don't have time to create, and then what does the love of it even matter? The love is just dried up. You're not putting nothing into it. You have no time to put nothing into it. If you don't have time to put anything into it, you're not loving it. Market. Hazy vision, whatever your passion is, you're going to pursue it at a high level. Like anything else in life, you got to put, yeah. And I think there's a stigma when it comes to business, as if it's a bad thing, but any real business is providing a value to other people. So it's not, I think that stigma of it being money and it's a selfish thing is something we need to like be able to look past and understand. Sounds for today was good. PM26 was good. If I don't respond to your comment, then I'm a little bit lost. I'll try to respond to as many people as possible. Journaling again so when people look at you, you said, which one would you like them to say you were? I don't think I would like them. I wouldn't care either way. I mean, whether I was a creative or an intellectual, I would hope that they said that I inspired them. That's, like I said, either way. Because if I'm being creative and I write a song, I might say something that's thoughtful and might be considered intellectual. But the hope is that inspires. So I hope that they would say that Raul inspired me. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I don't think every song 8-bit hustler. I don't think everyone is trying to say something. Well, I mean, I guess everyone is saying something, but it's not necessarily deep or intellectual, right? Music is very powerful, and I know maybe a lot of us would have a complaint that, you know, what's put in the forefront isn't the kind of shit that needs to have that kind of power behind it, right? So, you know, because regardless, music is powerful. Whether the message itself needs to be propelled, a lot of times, like in this world, you know, like, you know, to quote Wu-Tang, cream, cash rules everything around me, and the like of that. Whatever sells, sex sells, senselessness sells. A release, everything that's a release from like the stresses of life. You know, people want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear that deep, introverted, thoughtful stuff, that intellectual stuff. It is not as popular, right? So like just coming in, it's not as popular because people usually want a distraction. They want a distraction from life, and that's what rules the world. And that's why I believe in God, because I feel like that narrative, that biblical narrative, is the truth, and we see that. And that's that. You know, like they say, money is the root of many evils, and you'll only have one master. Either you love money or you love God. And that energy that's behind that money is like, by any means, is that, you know, that adversary, that Satan word or that devil word, you know. I'm not trying to put other connotations and pictures in your mind, but that's what rules the world. So, and by saying rules the world, because that's what's prevalent, you know. So music is powerful. Let me see if I can find a quote. Quote, that's not exactly the quote. I guess Jim Morrison said, "Whoever controls the media controls the mind." So music is a part of that. I thought I was taking like this music appreciation class like online years ago, and I don't know. I thought it was someone else who quoted saying, I don't know. It was like way back to some philosopher who said, "Whoever rules the music rules the world." But yeah, general in that sense, creativity, whatever it is, man, like media, anything, it's very powerful. sounds for today. Yeah, I appreciate this conversation. Damn, I need to, it's like really early in the morning, so I need to like get some rest. I just hate to have to put a cap on things. Like I said, I want to be able to create without boundaries. But, you know, it comes down to me like doing this super early in the morning. That's when I find the most freedom to do this. But then I do end up losing out on sleep, so you know there's trade-offs with it. Okay, at least I'll check the message. I'll probably check it tomorrow though. I don't need to get into anything right now. Too serious. BA was good. There's always more. Yeah, there's always another perspective, so Versace John are filled with wagness. Time is the real currency. I mean, anything. I mean, it's true. Right now, attention. I mean, it all coincides. It's all relevant, relative. You know, what you spend your time on, you spend your attention on. I think it was Gary Vee. I think he always says we live in an attention economy. So your attention is currency, but whatever you're doing currently is the currency. Currently is the currency. Whatever it is, you're giving your energy. Whatever it is, your mind energy. If you're working, it's like when I go to work, it's like I don't have a boss. Like that's how I think of things now, because I need to think in a way that's free and not bound. So I don't have a boss. For me, it's an exchange of energy. You know, they give me money, which I can use to pay for other things that are equivalent to other people's energy. And in exchange for that money that I get paid from this corporation that I'm technically employed by, I give them a service. So for me, my service, their money, is an exchange of energy. That's how I gotta look at it. I'm not bound by them. If they let me go, I'm free. God is the author of that. You know what I mean? It's like ain't no boss to me. And I'm not even trying to say that like in a proud way. I think that's just the proper way of looking at it, you know? You can't look at yourself like you're in some kind of situation that's a prison that you can't be freed from. I guess, you know, certain people have certain opportunities while others may not, but perspective is a big deal. Perspective comes down to those words, like I was talking earlier. It's very important how you use those words, and that's why I'm saying, like, you can't, like, I'm employed by, this is my boss, my supervisor, fine, really, but when it comes down to it, supervisors don't really buy, their vision ain't really even on you usually. And I joke sometimes, because I'm a supervisor to some people. I say I'm a mediocre visor, because I ain't doing nothing super, right? But that's just being humble and being silly. But I think words are important. Ralph Moss was good, man. God bless you. Angel. Gentlemen, there's a ton of value in being creative. I was debating with a self-proclaimed intellectual, and he seemed empty with not a lot of purpose. What is that? I mean, how do you proclaim yourself an intellectual? What is the purpose of that? I'm smart. I mean, everyone has certain inclinations and certain gifts. What is the purpose of saying you're intellectual? That's kind of generic, and it doesn't have any direction. Like, what are you doing with that intellect? I'm just a thinker. Like, what is the purpose in that in itself? Angel, God bless. I appreciate them good words. Blessings to you as well. Not all of it lacks intellectual, but there's, you know, the people that do have some deepness in to their music, they also kind of balance it out, and that's, you know, that's how they're there, I think. People want that music high to escape reality. Yeah, exactly. Oh, adrenaline, you just hearing the beat. Music gets us through the highs and lows of life. Adrenaline, yeah, I'm up on Coast Contra. See, that's one. That's one right there. For sure. Y'all gotta check out Coast Contra. Definitely up on that. See, that's one that inspires, bro. Like I said, it's very rare, that inspiration, but when I hear that, man, that's some hopeful stuff, man. That shit clicks. Yeah, my sleep schedule has always been a mess. Maybe that's a creative person kind of thing. Yeah, adrenaline. Definitely a +1 on the Coast Contra stuff, man. That stuff is super fired. It's like four dudes, right? Yeah, and yeah, they just have these performances. They got them labeled as freestyles. I'm not sure if they're freestyles. If they are, then they're definitely super on point. But regardless, man, yeah, they just got this chemistry, and they're all on this, like, they got something there. So for sure. But hey, I reached the whole end of the comments, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let this play and then kind of fade away, because it's been like 2 hours and it's like nearly 5 a.m. I was driving down the street with my seat pulled over. I was driving down the street with my seat pulled over, picking friends up, filling up the seats. No one's got ends what I've been drinking all day, and now I'm stuck. See, they put me on over. Now I gotta make my way to the county. I got a bounty on my head. What I'm saying, see how me make sense you're all on here with me. Unless you're across the world and it's like daytime. I just got up and popped some melatonin gummies. They're delicious. They're like my one candy I eat. I don't eat candy, I don't even eat sugar, but melatonin gummies for my insomniac ass. I took a piss, but hey, Common Beats, what's up? Can't stay as at work, but wanted to say thank you for all your vids on beat making and your ethos. Hey man, God bless, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's in euros. I don't even know what that equates to dollars, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Oh, Common Beats. Yeah, Common Beats, man. I've been checking you. You do the been doing the SP MKII live streams lately, huh? Doing videos on that. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna check you out for sure. So I like what you're doing over there. Keep it up. And keep going, man. You like United Kingdom? I forget. I don't know if I know how to pick out certain accents or what. Are you English or was it Australian? I can't remember. This is just probably based off the year. I think you're British, right? Ralph Moss as well. You're in Europe. I'm dropping down the street with my sweet back then. Pulled over, picked up her friends. Filling up the seat, but none of them got no ends. They're just reloading in my car. And it's far. Freeloading in my car, didn't make it far. Cops pulled me over, then I pulled right. They said and I took right, yeah, I was driving down the street with my sweet back then. Pulled over, picked up her friends. None of them got hands. Filling up the seats. None of them got hands. Got pulled over quick. Quick DUI. Leeds. I've heard of Leeds. That's cool. That's what's up. I don't want to go. It's just I gotta be a responsible adult and parent. It's 4:35 a.m. I need to get some sleep, so I'm not a cranky asshole. Alright. Rest in peace. Melatonin kind of kick in. Ain't no point for me to lay down without it bringing me down. Probably because I drink a lot of caffeine throughout the day. So if y'all ain't leaving quite yet, I'm not leaving quite yet. I'm just kind of wrapping it up, cleaning things up, putting my chain away. This chain right here. Actually, I try to wear this chain every time I go on a stream or do a video. I don't always do it, but I told myself I would because I don't know. It's weird to feel kind of detached from it, but this has like the cremation remains of an unborn child of mine. Was not an unborn child. Well, you know, didn't get a chance to be born. So that was a sad chapter. Much love, girl. Thank you so. Keep running with your dreams, alright? Be bold. Be mindful of those words. The words you speak out loud and the words you speak inside your mind. Right? So man thinketh. Alright, hit me, Ralph. I don't know when I'm gonna actually finally get a spot on your show. But yeah, that's cool. Everyone sub to everyone. Alright, I'm out. We'll do a nice little fade out.